Welcome back to my Passport Pro channel, and I am your host, Ella Latina Filipina, where I will present to you my brand new series, Passport Bros for Dummies. This is part 1, the dating app trap. Meet John and Jerome, two good-hearted, fit, decent-looking men who are both 21 years old. John is a young plumber, known by all to be a bright guy. John left his small hometown when he was hired by a contracting business in the big city. Jerome has just begun his career as a junior high school teacher and a basketball coach in the same big city. In the present, John and Jerome are considered average. They are average guys, working average jobs, and average lives. Now, let's look at John and Jerome's traditional dating pool. A variety of single women in the city between 20 and 25 years old. Half of the single women are in committed relationships. And there might be one or two ladies from this group who are just out of John and Jerome's league. But most of the women still available would be considered around average for their age group. However, there is a distinct difference between John and Jerome and the young women of the same age. And that is the difference in sexual market value. Not their personality value or their intellectual value, but their current sexual value in the relationship marketplace. Most young women between 20 and 25 years old are high value in terms of sexual desirability. The reasons? They are young and appear fresh. Their beauty and fitness are at their peak. At that age, they are at the peak of fertility to reproduce. And at that age, we can assume that most have not had sex with a lot of men, so they have a low body count. These women have high value in terms of their sexual desirability because of a combination of perceived youth and purity. John and Jerome occupy a lower level of sexual desirability compared to the women. John might be great to have around to fix things at home or do yard work. And Jerome has the potential to be a great, loving father considering his profession. But the reason their female counterparts think John and Jerome are low-level men in their early 20s is because the women use different factors for what makes a man high value for sexual desirability. Include the 3 6s. Height. Taller than the woman is necessity. Over 6 foot tall is ideal. Earnings. Gotta be a 6-figures man. A hot body. Gotta have those 6-packs and abs. It also lifts a man value if he has an expensive car and other toys like boats, beach houses, and jewelry. And that he has a fun, expensive lifestyle. This is when, for modern women, they run into the dating app trap. When John and Jerome try and meet this woman using social media dating apps, they get rejected when women see their profiles. John and Jerome and most average men on dating apps in big cities are constantly rejected. The reason why is because of who they are competing with. There's Chad, the handsome part-time model with a trust fund. Tyrone, the sexy guy who drives a Maserati. Nobody knows how Tyrone get his money and nobody is asking. Sporty, the 6.6 basketball player from the local university. Spitting Bars, the up and coming rapper, DJ at the club. And finally, there's Daddy, the unmarried older man who has a high-paying, respectable career, beautiful home, great life, and would be a great husband and a father. These men are the highest rated in sexual desirability on dating apps and in the clubs. On social media, they make up less than 5% of all men. This makes these men the 9s and the 10s of the men seen on dating app. However, 80% of women on dating apps swipe right on the same 15 to 20% of the men at the very top. That means 80% of young women in dating apps only swipe right for the 9s and the 10s, the Chads and Tyrones of the world. Because of the phenomenon, most of the women who swipe right on these guys now think they are all 9s and 10s as well. How did that happen? It is because these high-value men, the Chads and Tyrones of the world, will swipe right with any woman who is remotely attractive. Everyone knows, especially this woman, that these guys juggle 3, 4, 5 or more women at a time. Knowing this woman still swipe right on the same guys. Why? Well, let's find out by reaching into the single modern woman's bag of delusions. Delusion number 1. Modern women are convinced they will be a pygmy for this. This woman believe or feel that they are so fabulous and sexy that Chad and Tyrone will pick them over women of similar or superior quality, and they will find it very difficult to accept the fact that they are not that special. Many modern women delude themselves into believing they are naturally beautiful, even if they hide behind the feminine mask of makeup, fake lashes, fingernails extensions, and hair extensions. When it all comes off at night, what is left? Many women believe they are more beautiful than they actually are, and there is a $600 billion global beauty industry that bears that out. As the timeless advice says about what girls are high value when it comes to youthful beauty, this old time tested quote resonates. Don't look for the pretty girl at the prom. Look for her in the gym class. Or put another way.
Well, if you're afraid of getting a rotten apple, don't go to the barrel. Get it off the tree.
Get it off the tree.
As for the Chad and Tyrons of the world, their body count is enormous because of their high demand. These guys are conditioned to use up these women and discard them regularly.
Will I see you later?
Well, it all depends on how much vitamin E I can get my hands on.
Nein, Achtung! Bitte, no, you mustn't go. I need you. I never met nobody like you. I can't live without you. Du hast gemacht mein entire Leben.
Many of these women come to the conclusion that all men are like that, when in fact, it is just some of the high-demand men who act like that. While more than 1 in 3 of all men in their age group are either virgins or haven't had sex in over a year. In this dating environment, John and Jerome's are rejected by modern women. Those who do match often ghost our guys because they are not high-value men, leaving John and Jerome isolated and ignored. And that is why John and Jerome are reaching for their passports. That's all for now. I am your host, Ella Latina Filipina. Look for my next installment titled The War for Dummies, coming soon on my Passport Pro channel. Bye! Mwah!